Hello there everybody and welcome into the Matt the Grape channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you two great fish farms for your 1.19 survival world in Minecraft. So we've got two great fish farms here set up. The first one is really small and compact, but unfortunately you need a 5x5x2 area to be able to get treasure loot. So this farm will only generate fish and junk items, but it's still good for food and it is AFK, so you can just leave it sitting here. Our second farm, however, is a little bit more complicated, but it does allow you to fish treasure loot because there is a bigger water area. So I'm going to show you how both of these work and how to build them. Let's start off with the smaller one. So for this one, you're going to need a chest, hopper, an oak fence, a heavy weighted pressure plate, a note block, some kind of solid block to put on top of it, an iron trapdoor, and a water bucket so that you can of course have something to fish in. So let's go ahead and show you how to make this. So you're going to start off by taking a chest or a double chest, putting it right there in the ground. Then you're going to take your hopper and make sure it points into the chest, and you can do that by pressing shift. Make sure you're aiming at the chest, right click, and then any of the fish that you will fish will be funneled into the chest. Next you're going to take your oak fence and place it on top of the hopper. Again, you do this by shifting, right click, and there it is. Now you're going to need your heavy weighted pressure plate. Very simple, just place that on top. Then destroy one block in front of it. Next you're going to waterlog this fence, and then that water is going to flow right into that hole that you just made. And lastly, at the back, place a note block and then some kind of solid block on top of it so that you're not producing sound. Last thing, you're going to put your iron trapdoor. Make sure you're aiming at the solid block that you have, and there you go. So how this fish farm works is basically you're going to take your fishing rod and you're going to aim it at the trapdoor, right click, and it will go in. Then all you have to do is wait until you catch a fish right there, and it'll close the trapdoor, and then you can just continue right clicking and it'll keep getting you more fish. So how exactly does this fish farm work? So basically, whenever you throw your fishing rod, it will activate the pressure plate, which makes the trapdoor go up. Now whenever you catch a fish, your bobber will leave the pressure plate, which allows the trapdoor to come down, breaking your fishing line and allowing you to recast your fishing rod. And now moving on to the second farm here, as you can tell, it is a little bit more complicated. This farm was actually designed by RaysWorks. Some really genius ideas and a lot of work, I'm sure, had to go into making this farm. But basically, it uses a Sculk Sensor to detect when your fishing rod has caught a fish, signaling this trapdoor to cut your fishing line and allowing you to recast it. So I'm going to show you how to build this and hopefully explain it step by step along the way. So we're going to start off over here in a fairly open area, and we're going to dig a hole 3x6 across, just like that. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5 blocks down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So down here is where we're going to have our Sculk Sensor mechanism. So let's go ahead and start off by building that. You're going to take wool, and the reason that we're using wool is because it blocks out the sound waves that the Sculk Sensor senses. So you're going to go ahead and place your Sculk Sensor right here, some orange wool on both sides, a sticky piston with some wool on top, and then you're going to make this structure. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it. You'll move it to the right one, and then up one right here, and then you'll come back up over here. So now it's time to place our redstone. Place a redstone dust connecting to the piston, a redstone repeater set to 4 ticks. Make sure it's facing into this block, and then redstone dust on top here. So basically how this works is whenever the Sculk Sensor detects a sound, it's going to send a redstone pulse through this block for a split second, causing a pulse to be sent up to the trapdoor. So this is, like I was saying, basically the automatic way for it to detect when to cut the line. Just like over here on our simple one, it knows to cut the line whenever it goes off the pressure plate. This one knows to cut the line whenever it hears something in the Sculk Sensor. So now we're going to go ahead and start building up around our Sculk Sensor. We're going to want, I believe, 5 blocks up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 up along here. 5 up along here. And then just cover up the redstone dust like that. Then you're going to take your Iron Trapdoor. Make sure that you're looking at it from this direction. Place it down. And then cover up 2 blocks on each side and 1 block on top of the Iron Trapdoor. And so this is basically where you're going to be fishing from right here. So we're going to need a couple of things. First thing, we need a pressure plate here, and this will basically make sure that the water doesn't escape, and also a sign back here so that the water doesn't escape. And then the last thing is we're going to take some soul sand and place it right here in the middle. What this soul sand does is, if you know a little bit about the currents of Minecraft, it will push upwards. So whenever you fish, it will carry your bobber up to the top. And by the way, we're just about to make our water pool on top. So for this, you're probably going to want some kind of material. I'm just going to use glass so you can see through. So the center is going to be our soul sand, and you're going to build a 5x5 thing. So 2 blocks out in each direction. Go ahead and fill that up, and then add walls around the sides, and I'll see you back whenever that's done. And now, before we put all the water in, we're going to go ahead and destroy these 2 glass blocks above the pressure plate, and replace them with normal trapdoors. And now it's time to get out your water and start filling up. You're going to want to put a water source, destroy this right here, and then you want to put a water source block right above the soul sand, and then the next block right above the soul sand, you'll see the current start to flow, and then you'll just go ahead and fill this whole thing up. And you're going to want to make sure that every block is a water source block, because you need exactly a 5x5x2 area to catch treasure, which is what this is. And you can also see the current just starting. So if I come down here and I throw my fishing rod at the sign, there's a sign back there, you can see it'll carry it up. And if I just right click, whenever it's done, it'll pull down and it'll get you a fish. And there I just got a raw cod. So it is currently a functional fish farm. But as you might have noticed, there's something a little bit different over here. There's a couple of boats. Now, as you probably know, whenever you throw your fishing rod, it also creates some extra sounds. You might hear splishing or splashing, which can also trigger the Sculk Sensor, even if you hadn't caught a fish. So to account for that, we can use these boats to keep the bobber still so it doesn't create any extra sounds. So you can have it just like this, but I'm going to show you how you can make it with the boats. So for this extra little bit, you're going to need a chain, a stone pressure plate, 2 oak boats, something to build with, and a cobblestone wall or a wall of any kind. So we're going to go ahead over here, and we're going to destroy 1, 2, come over and fill this up just so the water doesn't spill. You can take your chain, put it there, make sure it's facing this direction, your pressure plate, put it there, and then you can go ahead and destroy these blocks. And we're going to go ahead and take our oak boat and put it on top of those blocks, then destroy, so that it's resting on the chain. And then once you get it resting on the chain, you're going to take your cobblestone wall, or whatever kind of wall you have, and you're going to build it out so that it is 1 to the right of the soul sand. And you can go ahead and destroy these, get in the boat, and write it into the wall. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, then you go ahead, I'm going to leave the wall there for now. Take your other blocks, you're going to go right over the soul sand, and then over here up and 1 to the right of the cobblestone wall. Okay, and then for the second boat, you're going to place it onto the glass block. You can destroy you should destroy the wall and run it into the glass block or whatever block you're using. Then you can destroy, and now there is just the right amount of gap for your bobber to stay there. So, for example, let me show you. Grab out my fishing rod, head down in here, don't do that. Come in carefully, right click, there it goes. Let me show you. So as you can see, it's hiding right underneath the boat, and it's not bobbing up and down. Like if I were to just do it out here, you can see up and down, up and down, up and down, creating all this extra noise. But as it's right underneath the boat, no extra noise. And also, there is a problem with multiplayer. On multiplayer servers, the latency from the server can actually cause this farm to not work, but there is a way to fix that, and it's in RaysWorks video. I'm not even going to try and explain it because I don't know how it works, but you can go ahead and check that out. So these are 2 of the best fish farms that I've seen for Minecraft 1.19. Hopefully these were helpful. Hopefully I showed you how to build them well, and at least I tried to explain them. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out other Matt the Great videos. Also look in the description where there is Reddit, Twitter, Discord, and Patreon links. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.